Well, hello there, boys and girls. Alexander Frost here, and in case you couldn't guess, we're gonna play Sky Odyssey, a game that is very near and dear to my heart. Let's see, we'll start with a new game since we don't have any data on this memory card. I will take full control of the aircraft because I know what the hell I'm doing. Now, as you can see, it has a couple different modes. You've got training, which will walk you through all the controls, how to fly, yada yada. Nothing you can't figure out, really. Sky Canvas, which is a way to actually unlock a few aircraft. A target mode, which I might do later. And of course, the main game adventure mode. That's what we'll be doing. For the young, and the young at heart. Comes an airborne adventure like none other. The goal of the game is basically to reach an ancient lost tower called the Tower of Maximus. Well, it's about to explain it to us. So yes, our goal is to reach the Tower of Maximus. To do that, we're going to need to find some map pieces, but I'll get more into that later. First of all, we need to pick our aircraft. Now, we only have 3 to choose from initially. I will be selecting the BF-109 Custom. Before we begin, we can customize the aircraft. Now, we don't have any different parts to equip it with right now. Every time we successfully complete a mission with a fairly high rank, we can choose one of several different parts. And we'll need to, believe me. We can, however, paint the aircraft. For right now, I will leave that alone. As a matter of fact, I will kind of leave it up to you guys. Give me some suggestions on what color you think I should paint the airplane, which design to use, so on and so forth. We can also choose different emblems, which will be painted on the airplane and yada yada, and we can even give it a name. So if you have name suggestions, please, by all means, let me know. But before we do anything else, I need to make a quick save. Pilot name, naturally. Space. There it is. Alright. Yes, please. So, let me check the options real quick. At any point, you can change to a different aircraft, but you'll have to actually go back and get more parts for it. So it's really better to pick one aircraft for one playthrough, then switch to another for another playthrough, and so on. Let's see, I want vibration on. Let me check the controller settings. Okay, air brake, show height instruments, rudder right, rudder left, show radar. Everything else I can figure out. Excellent! Let's begin our first mission. Here we have the Destin Islands. First is Arcadia Island. Obviously, we need to cross the Sunrise Cliffs and head for wherever that is. So, the adventure begins! And then from here, it gives us information about checkpoints, yada yada. We'll just begin the mission and listen to the briefing.
Your mission: safely navigate the ravine near the eastern shore of Arcadia Island and land in the clearing. The weather is clear, with some cloud cover over the ocean. Fly northwest, towards the ocean. Once you see the ocean, change course and fly due north. Be careful of sudden gusts and air pockets. When you reach the shore of Arcadia Island, fly into the ravine. Fly through the ravine to avoid strong gusts of wind, but be careful to avoid rock slides inside the ravine. Follow the arrow on your radar screen to the clearing. Once you reach the clearing, there will be an airstrip. Land here to complete your mission.
And that's all there is to it, and then they give us control of the aircraft. I just need a moment here to... I think I know what everything is. Oh yes, I have to manually... In this game, you have to manually turn on the analog. Alright, square controls my throttle, X brings it down. There we go. Select will change my viewpoint. For the most part, I'm going to leave it on the default viewpoint. Unless I get to an area where I really need to see what I'm doing. Alright, triangle brings up our landing gear. Circle is the action button. On some missions we'll need to do specific actions, that's the button to use. R2 changes our instrument loadout. L2 switches out our radar, rudder left, rudder right. Checkpoints. These basically tell you where you need to go. They make you follow the right path. It is not necessary to... Whoops, no, gear out. It's not necessary to follow them all the time. Just follow... You don't have to actually go through each one of them. You can get acrobatic points by doing things like barrel rolls. You get more points by doing them through checkpoints. As you can see here, you can also get them by flying low and all kinds of neat stuff. Acrobatic points also increase your score. But there's also a certain degree of danger involved, so you need to be careful. Now you'll note I have a fuel meter. This means I cannot stay airborne forever. Also means that if I fly at lower speeds, I use up less fuel. Now, you can look up there and you see the clouds moving at a pretty high rate. If I change my direction, if I try and go above the ravine, I'm going to get caught by wind. I'm going to get thrown all over the place. It would not be cool. As the game progresses, you can unlock a very special aircraft called the Shiden, Japanese-style aircraft. To do this, you need to find its hidden parts. There are 4 of them total, but you only need 3 to get the aircraft started. To find them, you have to find the secret runways in certain levels. Look out! Land on them, retrieve the part, then take off and continue the mission. One of them happens to be on this mission. I will not be going for the Shiden aircraft because, in all honesty, I don't really need it. If I turned right here, this would take me to the path I need to go to find it. The runway, oh, look out, rock slide, is also hidden from radar. I have to actually look for it myself. Alright. So yes, naturally, the more acrobatic points you have, see, I totally missed it. That was totally my fault. And I'm going to, oh, shiitake! Get away, don't land on me, don't land on me! Okay. Yeah, higher acrobatic points means a higher score when you complete the mission. Since I missed one of the checkpoints, I'm going to miss out on some bonus points. I could go back for it, but it would be dangerous. And I could easily make up those points just by doing loop-de-loops. Or barrel rolls, sorry. As you can see, the camera kind of gets sick if you do that. Now, there are yellow or goldish yellow checkpoints. These are special checkpoints. They're usually scenic. They point out special things. In fact, I think there's one coming up here. If you can do a barrel roll through this, you'll get double the points, which is pretty cool. Yeah, here it is. Did I get it? Yes! No, I didn't. Now, I believe I am coming up. on the end. Yes, I am. So let's bring our speed down a bit. And I'm going to barrel roll my ass through this. There's the runway, dead ahead. Let's bring our landing gear down to drop our speed. Okay, let's land this bad boy. Kill the engine. This is not a picture-perfect landing, folks, so don't... Ooh! I might have damaged the aircraft on that one. Yes, pressing R1 and L1 together will activate the air brake. Remember that. Oh, there we go. There. Mission complete. That wasn't that easy. Still, despite all that, I got an A+. I could have gotten an A+ with a circle around it, but that's okay. I could choose to replay or retry. You can also save the replays and display them later on, but I'm not going to mess with that. We're just going to move on and collect our reward. Which is one part out of several, almost at least a dozen. And you can pick any part from the start, too. You don't have to be... Yeah, you can pick whatever you want from the start. So, different wings. This is a pretty standard wing I've got going on. I can increase stability here, but it'll bring down my speed. Wing enhancement, yada yada. Basically, the wings will go between improving stability and cutting speed, or improving speed and cutting stability. This is probably one of my favorite wing types. However, scratch the eye. It'll really cut into my stability, which will make it a little hard to control the aircraft. But I can make up for that with different parts. You get different tails, which improve pitch, speed, yaw, etc., etc. And you can notice the differences. You'll see them if you look at the wings themselves. And then you got engines. With the engines, you have to get them in order. You can't just get the most powerful ones straight up. So I could get the next one, which will bring up my power, but it'll make the aircraft heavier, which means a little harder to control. Different propellers, a wide propeller, which I believe increases my top speed but cuts my acceleration. Or a dual propeller, which brings down my maximum speed but greatly increases my acceleration. It'll get me off the ground quicker. I'm probably just going to stick with the standard propeller. Different canopies for aerodynamics, better speed, yada yada. Fuselages. You can go with a lightweight high-performance body. You do that, and your aircraft will be able to fly faster, but if you run into shit, it can't take as much abuse. Whereas a heavier body here, slower aircraft, but if you run into something, you stand a much better chance of survival. And then, of course, my favorite, afterburners, or boost. Throttle up all the way and then double tap square and you'll boost. It's that simple. For starters, I'm going to go ahead and go with Wing F.